everyone, my name is Xenius. Welcome back to the channel for another episode of TibiaME. Last we left off, we were being sent to the character Docta. That's the name that I missed in the last part of the last episode. I clicked away before I was able to see the name of who we were talking to next. So we're picking up with that, and he's over here in the top left. So, not another one of you outsiders. Just leave me in peace, will you? Badam sent me. Duh. Badam? Big chap? Nice, but a little whiny? Or did he send you to me? Do you have any delicate problems? Delicate problems? That's a weird question to ask. Yes, delicate problems. The curse. Ningnog's curse? Pardon? Oh yeah, I nearly forgot you're an outsider. You won't have any bowel problems yet. Good for you. Couldn't help you anyway. I have no elixir left. Elixir? Yes, the elixir to stop the Ningnog's curse for a while. Of course, it's not a real curse, but a digestion problem if you get when eating too much stuff from the jungle. It's not really dangerous, but troublesome. An alchemist from the expedition helped me to mix an elixir that kept the curse at bay, or at least for some time, and now it's used all up and I can't remember the formula. Can I help? Actually, yeah, I know the overall amount and which ingredients I need. What I don't know is how much from each ingredient the mixture requires. So if you're willing to help, then you have to choose the recipe and bring me the ingredients. Then I'll cook the elixir and you'll have the honor to test it. Will you help? Sure. Why not try a weird liquid that this strange man is going to make and then drink it? Excellent. Now let me think. It was either 2 blooming herbs, 1 liquid sap, and 2 flexible barks. Or 1 blooming herb, 1 liquid sap, and 3 flexible barks. Or 3 blooming herbs, 1 liquid sap, and 1 flexible bark. So what do you think? I go with mixture 1. That's the one you're going to want to hit. It's the 2 blooming herbs, the 1 liquid sap, and the 2 flexible bark. That's the one you're going to want to go with. So go ahead and pick that one, and then you'll be able to get started on this quest. So for this mixture, I need 2 blooming herbs, 1 liquid sap, and 2 flexible barks. Blooming herbs can be found west of the camp on a sandy clearing deep in the jungle. To get the liquid sap, search for a red plant with thick leaves named Saffarillo. It can be found slightly elevated and secludes places near water somewhere north. Flexible barks are peeled from big rutellas in the waterfall in the northeast. And don't forget that these ingredients must be as fresh as possible. So don't dally too long or they will be spoiled and can't be used any longer. So this is the last episode that I record from 2021. This is the episode where I sadly die. I pass on. I'm not able to deal with the overwhelming odds that I come into contact with, and I must end my adventure. I'm kidding. No, I pick it back up in 2024. 25 now. Gosh, time flies. I pick it up back in 2025 and I finish the quest. You'll see there's kind of a huge quality change in the game and also my recording setup. So there will be a little bit of an updated modern time playthrough of this area. So this quest, what you really need to know is these ingredients deteriorate very, very quickly. And it's very, very easy to do this multiple times because you're going too slow. I discovered in my playthrough, I did it at least this year, I did it at least 5 or 6 times in a row because I kept having ingredients go bad in my inventory. And what I found out is you really don't have time to fight every opponent and you don't have time to regenerate your health and mana while you're going through opponents. So what I found or what I would recommend is either have a bunch of potions in your inventory so that you're able to just steamroll all of these opponents and get to each ingredient in the time that you need to, or I would highly recommend the invisibility spell. I did my best. I almost showed it in the episode, but the episode ended up being longer than I wanted it to anyway. I was recording for 2 hours. And I wanted to try and get to each ingredient without having to use the invisibility spell. I knew from the beginning that it was an option. I wanted to prove that it was possible so that for those of you that don't have the invisibility spell, you don't have to deal with going and getting that spell and then going and doing this. or just carrying a bunch of potions in your inventory for the majority of this quest. So do what you want in this quest, do whatever works best for you, but at the end, when I do come back and I start recording within the last couple of weeks, I do use the invisibility spell because I seriously could not get it. I mean, I was down to the wire. There was one point where I think I avoided all opponents, or most of the opponents that I could, and I went all the way through, and I miscalculated at the very end. I miscalculated at the end where you go get a blooming herb. It's down to the left of the town, so you're going to come back through the town and then go over to the left in order to get the last ingredient. So I miscalculated, I went the wrong way, and I ended up not getting it in time. I was literally 10 steps away from Docta in order to finish the quest, but it ended up not working out because I took too long. So, and I miscalculated. So I would recommend not fighting every opponent. Actually, I think it's the only way to finish the quest in the amount of time that you need to. So that's my advice for this quest. I will go ahead and say this will probably be the most frustrating quest that you will encounter on this island. I did this quest. It was the first quest back from TibiaME. I had taken a 4-year hiatus. I came back to do this quest because I was like, I can do it. It's easy, simple. You go collect things. And I immediately was so frustrated because of how delicate and how intricate this quest is, just because of the timing and because of how Benunu is set up. I mean, I mentioned it in a previous episode, but this island, it's very congested. You can only go specific ways in this island because of the forested area. So making sure that you're going the right way through the trees, that's a little frustrating. I encountered that not only way back in the day in this episode and what I'm recording right now, but also modern times when I'm trying to navigate the island as well. So be careful. Make sure you know where you're going when you go through. I will say the next clip, this part, I'm just showing kind of the first little part of how easy it is to get overwhelmed. I could have cut it out to the part where I where I died, but I end up not doing that. So that's okay. I think it's important to kind of show the struggles that you'll have, especially at a lower level. I mean, I'm level 22 in this one. I come back, I'm level 49. So I'm able to handle the opponents in this area a lot better, but it's still not very good. You'll notice here I'm starting to speed up after I get the liquid sap. It's because I know that I'm going to run out. This area right here is one of the first areas that you're going to encounter trouble because there are so many crocodiles. The opponents up on that upper valley can also come down and take you out. And there it is. I had 4 crocs on me and I was taken out. So be careful. Make sure that you know where you're headed. Make sure that you are well equipped with potions and spells and weapons and pets, or do it with a friend. That's probably the best scenario that I can offer right there. So here I am. This is modern times. If you'll look up at the top left, not only have I not upgraded my skills and attributes, but I'm also level 49. And I have the invisibility spell attached. It's that book in the top left of my inventory. Right now it's not on. I'm simply avoiding the crocodiles. This area, it's a little bottlenecky, so I wanted to take out a couple of crocodiles before I ventured forth. But what I wasn't explaining in the last part is up to the top left, where we're going, where the waterfall is, where the bridge is. That is where you'll find the liquid sap. That's the first one you're going to want to get, simply because it's the one that's going to take the longest amount of time to deteriorate. Liquid sap, I think it's a good 10 real world minutes. I was able to keep the liquid sap in my inventory for quite a while, even after I got the blooming herb and the twisted bark. I think it's called twisted bark. I could be wrong about that. even after I got those, the liquid sap would still be good in my inventory for a good couple of minutes. So I would highly recommend doing this first. In fact, I think you have to do this one first, otherwise it doesn't work out. So you're gonna go out down to this little triangle of red bushes down here to the left. You'll automatically pick up the liquid sap. You won't have to like grab it on your own or click on the trees or anything like that. But here is where I start to use the invisibility spell religiously. Don't worry, I don't think that I've used the invisibility spell on screen before. I might have used it a little bit when I posted the video. I wanted to show where you got it and how you got it. So I might have used it there, but I don't think I did. Don't worry about your opponents attacking you while you have it on, because even if they're like walking around you, even if they bump into you or try to go in your direction, they're not going to automatically attack you. The only way that it will cancel out the spell is if you attack them. So just take your time, don't rush through it, and you'll be able to navigate your way through. Once they step away, step after them. That way, like the minute they step away, you're just taking the space that they're in and not initiating an attack from them. You'll notice every now and then I'm pausing before I go into another area where I know that there are opponents. I did it just there. That's because the invisibility spell, I didn't know this actually, but the invisibility spell, it only lasts like 30 seconds. I thought it was much longer than this. I thought it was like 90 seconds or at least a minute, but no, you don't do that. So you have about 30 seconds to kind of get through your opponents. Again, don't rush, don't worry about a thing. You'll be able to get through with plenty of time because all of the opponents are kind of concentrated in one area. So as long as you can navigate your way through them, you won't have too much of an issue. You'll notice we are going back through the town, and we're going over here to the left. Now, this is the next area that I kind of got stumped in. I went the wrong way at the very last minute. You're going to want to go up as soon as you possibly can in this little area, and you're going to navigate around into this little open area to the right where this other player is headed towards. I think they're on the same quest as I am, and luckily they're taking out opponents, so I don't have to. But again, you step into that area, you grab a blooming herb, and then you make your way back to Docta. And when I tell you my heart was pounding, my heart was pounding. I was so nervous that one little fight with the Bananaconda and the crocodile was going to set me back, and I wouldn't be able to finish the quest, but it worked out perfectly. You're back, and you got all the ingredients needed for the mixture. Excellent. Now let me take this and prepare the elixir. Yes, this goes here, then heat it just a little. Now I add this very carefully. Now add the final ingredient. Here you go. Now you just have to test it. Come back when you know what it does. So I didn't know that you could just take this right then and there. I thought it had to be in a combat. I thought I needed to go and do something and come back. You don't. So when I go outside, I fight this Bananaconda, and then I take the elixir while I'm in the combat. And that's all you have to do. So I would just recommend doing it right there in the village, right there next to him, because it's kind of pointless going all the way out here to kill this enemy when you don't need to. So it's a little bit of a waste of time on my part, but I thought I would lose it in just because why not? You tested it and got a warm feeling spreading through the bowels. That's it. You found the right mixture. This will keep Nignog's curse at bay. Here, take this experience as a reward. And should you get hit by the curse, you know where to find me. For now, why don't you go talk to Hubert? It seems like he needs some of your special medicine. Okay, for the record, I don't have any special medicine, okay? I don't want anyone to get misconstrued and think that I have any special medicine, because that's a weird term. That is the end of that. I'm finally back to modern times. I'm recording, and then I'm editing, and then I'm watching these videos for y'all to kind of like narrate as we're going along to show you what we're doing in the episode. So that is the episode I died in, and now we're back to not dying ever again. At least that's the plan. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.